देखिए देखिए हावी साहब, एकदम इससे क्लोजर आपको मूवी पे नहीं मिलेगा. ले लो. See the lower half of the frame.
Leave it, leave it.
लोअर हाफ देखिए. हाँ, ये देखिए.
हाँ, इधर है अमिताभ बच्चन. I set off from my house at 9 in the morning. It was the day Anand was going to be released. That was the first film to be released in Bombay. I was coming back at 6 in the evening from work, and that's when I faced recognition for the first time. When I left for work, nobody knew who I was. And within a couple of hours, people had begun recognizing the face. I was confident of being able to say and perhaps enact what was asked of me with a fair degree of success. What I was not confident about was my face and how it would look on the screen, whether that would be acceptable to the people. And I must admit that that is something that I still haven't been able to get over.
I think to begin with, he was the most unlikely heroine. And maybe because of his looks. It was not the kind of looks which the heroes of that time had. They were very handsome and things like that. But he was very, very different with long limbs and, unusually tall.
My brother Amitabh was very instrumental in my coming into films. He came across Khwaja Ahmad Abbas, who was making a film called Saat Hindustani, where he was looking for newcomers. I had by that time resigned from Calcutta, having decided that one way or the other I would enter the film industry. My father said, if you want to enter a house and the door is locked and you can't enter it, you must jump over the wall. So that's exactly what I did.
हिंदी फिल्म एक तरह से देखा जाए तो कंटेम्प्रेरी फोकलोर है और फोकलोर का हीरो किसी भी ज़माने में किसी भी दौर में एक पर्सोनिफिकेशन होता है उस दौर की जो मॉरल वैल्यूज़ हैं और अगर 73 जब जिसमें आई थी जंजीर ये वो दौर था कि जिसमें एक समाज में एक बेइत्मीनानी पैदा होना शुरू हो चुकी थी उस पे से एक आम इंसान का एतमाद ख़त्म हो रहा था सारे इंस्टीट्यूशंस हो चाहे वो कॉलेज हो चाहे वो कोर्ट हो चाहे वो पुलिस हो चाहे वो गवर्नमेंट हो धीरे धीरे लोग उनसे डिसल्यूजन होना शुरू हो रहे थे लिहाजा ये मोरालिटी डेवलप होना कोई हैरत अंगेज़ बात नहीं थी कि भाई अगर कुछ इंसाफ हासिल करना है तो खुद ही करना पड़ेगा कोई करने वाला नहीं है तो जिस समाज की ये अखलाकी कदरें हो गई हों उसमें कोई हैरत की बात नहीं है कि इस तरह का हीरो तस्लीम किया जाए
भाग कर कहाँ जाओगे हरामजादों सारे जहन्नम से भी खींच के ले आऊंगा मैं तुम्हें।
लगा दूंगा पीछे भी।
He falls down. Okay, I know. Car de vich mar de. He goes into the mirror. You murder him. Then we go to the court.
Why am I killing him?
Because he is going to the whole family. Utpal ji, that I'm your son. You don't worry. And then they go to the
दो
court.
गोली मार दिया, खत्म हुआ। अभी उसके ऊपर डंडा भी मारो, ये भी करो, वो भी करो।
एक मर गया ना।
हाँ?
एक मर गया. Pradeep is already dead.
हाँ।
So these two are still left.
तो इसको गोली मार दिया ना?
एक इसको लगी गोली.
हाँ।
He is fallen down.
हाँ।
But he is not dead, is it?
Not that gruesome. Let him shoot this guy. That'll be too gruesome.
जो एक आदमी सप्रेस नहीं कर पाता and then he revolts against the society. So you call it violence. Actually that is the part of emotions. Hero का strong होना, that is the must, and that's why we call it hero worship.
I got my confidence when I joined films. I couldn't enter a restaurant, for example. I had to think 10 times before going through this process all by myself. Right up to the time when I was working in Calcutta even, where I was an independent person. I was earning my own money. I was free. I don't know what it was, maybe the very idea of portraying a character or someone else, just performing in front of an audience. What it was, I can't really say. It was always a very exciting moment for me.
Okay, can we take, sir?
13 take 1, 13 take 2, take 3.
Deewaar shot him to the superstar image. So you can say I joined the bandwagon. I only projected his light side of the character of Amitabh with Anthony. And then I realized that in my subsequent films, I must also have the light side of Anthony as well as the angry young man. And we blended these two characters together very beautifully till now.
मैं आता तो हूँ, बट जाता हूँ कि नहीं टाइम में तो जाता हूँ कि नहीं।
आइए भाई।
ठोक दिया क्या सीन? तुम ठोकू मत भैया, वी आर नॉट ठोकू डायरेक्टर्स यार। लपेट नहीं, डोंट यू ब्लडी इडियट, आवर होल फ्यूचर इज एट स्टेक। विल बी मेकिंग ad film all our life after the video. ठोक दिया क्या सीन?
नहीं, you will be making ad films. What about the guy that will come from behind and say, "हर रोज हॉर्लिक्स पीजिए, वो मैं हूँगा."
I have always visualized the man I would, like to marry. And when I saw him, I said, "My God, this is the man." First, I saw Amit and Pune. He had come with K. Abbas, and then they said, "You know who he is? He's Bachchan, poet, Kavi Bachchan's son." Oh, I said, "Yes, I've read Bachchan. I like his poetry." And we saw this person, and everybody said, "But he's so thin." I mean, I said, "No, but he's got something. There's something in his personality."
अपने घर की वजह से और अपने घराने के माहौल की वजह से वो हिंदुस्तानियत और ख़ास तौर से यूपी का जो फोक और उस जो कल्चर है और जो उसकी मिट्टी की महक है वो उनमें पूरी तरह मौजूद है। तो वो हिंदुस्तान में उनकी जड़ें बहुत गहरी हिंदुस्तान की ज़मीन है उसके कल्चर में। दूसरी तरफ उनकी तालीम हुई है पब्लिक स्कूल में, तो उसकी वजह से उनमें वो वेस्टर्न सोफिस्टिकेशन और वो पॉलिश भी मौजूद है जो ये चाहिए। अमिताभ बच्चन में जैसा कि मैंने आपसे अर्ज़ किया के मुख्तलिफ़ असरात की वजह से ये दोनों खूबियाँ मौजूद हैं।
Be happy.
कल जो रात को मैंने गाना गाया वो सुर क्या था? वो मेरे लिए बहुत बहुत अच्छा लग रहा था।
1 2 3 4 बाहर है प्रॉब्लम, घर में है प्रॉब्लम, अगेन आगे पीछे आजू बाजू प्रॉब्लम ही प्रॉब्लम, डोंट वरी बी हैप्पी, डोंट वरी बी हैप्पी, डोंट वरी बी हैप्पी।
ठीक है, हो जाएगा।
बाहर है
हाँ,
प्रॉब्लम, तोड़ देना,
तोड़
खींचना नहीं था।
नहीं खींचूंगा, बिल्कुल नहीं खींचूंगा, घबराना नहीं।
नहीं
सहगल साहब नहीं करूंगा, डोंट वरी। बी हैप्पी यार, डोंट वरी।
अच्छा
ला 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 ला
My father, he was Eastern, my mother more Western. And between the two of them, both my brother and me, received this lovely blend of both cultures. And I consider myself very fortunate that I was able to mix the two. And I find that in my existence today, that I draw a bit from my father, a bit from my mother. And face life with it.
He's really what you call a perfect combination of man who knows what he's about to do. He goes a lot by his instincts, but he's got certain natural assets. His tall, lanky figure, his rich baritone voice. But all this is not really enough. It's really how he uses it all.
Human behavior is so limited. You either cry or laugh but there are 800 films in a year. And if you're involved in 6 of them, it does become rather difficult to bring change. And if you have to survive, the change is essential. I think one should be trying to take on different roles, and that sometimes people like to or appreciate you the most in a kind of framework that they've already put you in. And the moment you digress from that, they seem to feel cheated, and therefore they will ignore you or reject you. But I don't think that that should deter an actor or an artist from attempting something different. He should in fact disprove the audience, prove them wrong.
क्या होगा मेरा? आजा आजा. No, you must come after. It's your picture. We have to discuss now. जो दाढ़ी वाड़ी बराबर लग रही कि नहीं लग रही? हाँ?
सर मुझे लगा वो कश्मीर ऑटम जो
हाँ, वो जो ऑटम में हमने शूटिंग किया है कश्मीर में, वो कैसा है?
नाइट सीक्वेंस वाज वेरी नाइस।
What do you feel, Manoj, for this sequence?
मेरी खींच रहे हैं कि मैं सही जवाब
कार भी खींचूंगा। Just अभी what do you mean by saying खींच रहे हैं?
नहीं होता है कभी।
तुम्हारी शूटिंग कर रहे हैं यहाँ पर हम लोग, तुम्हारी खिंचाई कर रहे हैं?
नहीं था, एग्रीड था।
खिंचाई थी वो तुम्हारी?
बिल्कुल नहीं थी।
कोई कॉमेडी सीन होता है, कोई लाइट सीन होता है, ही क्रिएट्स द एटमॉस्फेयर। वो सबको जोक सुनाना, मजाक करना, लोग हंसते रहते हैं, सो दैट आई मीन नो वन नोज कि व्हाट इज गोइंग ऑन अंडर करंट और behind the mic, behind the curtain, what is going on. He is keeping himself intact with that scene, so that he is involved in that scene. It's a comedy scene. So everybody is laughing, laughing, laughing. And when he comes in front of the camera, तब लोगों को पता लगता है कि ये सुबह से लेकर शाम तक सब हंस क्यों रहे थे, बिकॉज वो सीन ही ऐसा था।
चलता है विकेट है दबाने को चल जाएगा चलता तो है यार
I think when you're happier, you're able to invent moments, things much better than when you're unhappy. And I think when you do a comic situation or a situation where you need to be funny or at least try to be funny, it's nice to have a bit of invention.
ऊपर गया लास्ट का मुझे देना प्लीज
ले या ले आता एक मिनट ओके अभी लोगों को बता दूं कहां वेट ज्यादा है लेफ्ट या राइट आने दो नीचे आने
महेश यू डोंट वरी यार कल सुबह तक अरे ऊपर रखो यार किधर ले जा रहे हो अपस्टेयर्स वेरी गुड यू स्टे देयर आई विल look after your family and your newly born son don't worry I'm there okay you please stay there
22 days old
okay 22 days old all right tomorrow he will be 23 days old don't worry about anything
Now he has his own style, which I've studied it by now so well. So we have a problem to set. Like my son, when he's directing him in Tufan, he will tell him, he says, this is the scene, and he will enact and show. And Amit will say, yeah, this is what you are doing is exactly like me. To which Ketan said, naturally, I'm imitating you. You are supposed to do that on the screen. I'm imitating you because that's what I want you to do, the same thing.
Silence please silence yaar अरे silence yaar silence बोला यार
this shot will open तो मीनाक्षी जी ने
ये तो राइट में थोड़ा राइट हाय पीट रहा है
थोड़ा लेफ्ट में देखेंगे
अरे नहीं देख नहीं रहा कीर्तन तू स्टार्ट कर दे कैमरा यार तू बोलो मत मेरे को बहुत टेंशन
1 and 2 ओके आज
First of all, he knows he's working for a camera, which not very many artists understand this. He knows that the camera is finally what's going to capture that image, and that is the image that's going to be projected and come across to the audience. Whether it's the pitch of his voice or the throw of his lines, everything goes to that audience. Whether it's song and dance, drama, he just goes about it with so much ease and grace.
ड्रामेटिक सीन है कोई इमोशनल सीन है तो कुछ ऐसा लगता है कि हर आदमी टेंस है बिकॉज ही इज सो मच लॉस्ट वो एक कोने में अपना सीन लेके बैठ जाएगा
अगर हम देखें तो आमतौर से होता क्या है कि एक अच्छा अदाकार आता है और उसमें एक गुण होता है, उसकी एक खूबी होती है और वही खूबी धीरे धीरे बढ़ते बढ़ते उसकी बर्बादी का बाइस बनती है। बहैसियत अदाकार के वो अपने ही परफॉर्मेंस का अल्टीमेटली कार्टून बन जाता है। लेकिन अमिताभ बच्चन में इस सिलसिले में अपनी खुद पसंदी के सिलसिले में वो बड़े मोहतियात रहे हैं और उन्होंने हमेशा अपने आप को बहुत ईमानदारी से देखा और परखा है और हर कदम पे अपने आप को संभाल के रखा है कि देखो भाई ये कामयाबी अलग है, तुम अलग हो, ये सब चीज़ें आती जाती रहती हैं, इन्हें अपने अंदर ज़्यादा मत समोने की कोशिश करो।
सरकार आप खाएंगे इसे?
I don't like biscuits.
Very, very fine snack. Please believe me. ऐसा उसमें लिखा है कि खाने से पिक्चर चल जाती है।
तो तुम खाओ, you need it now.
उठाए लेंगे कुछ ना कुछ। The maximum population, as I said, was between 18 and 35, and that group, that age group of boys and girls and whatever it is, they've been exposed to better cinema, better films, and therefore they want to see better films. They are guiding us.
From the audience point of view, that he's doing the same thing again and again. Why he's not doing something different? You see, that also can be said. You see. So this is a theory. I wouldn't say it's practice. I mean, it should not be practice. It should give various to do different things. all his characters project his popular image, always. And everybody, all directors, including me, would like to exploit that to the hilt, commercially. Otherwise, you have Amitabh Bachchan, you don't need to work. That's the theory. Why work on anything else? बैठ जा रहे. That is the theory.
The comparison between the swale of Amitji's films and the other films, it is something like at times twice the price or thrice the price we get from other stars. Amitji's films are sold on the day you announce his name, the day you start the Muhurat, the inauguration. On that day it is all sold. So that is a big thing for a financier. So he will be the first man to come and finance for Amitji's movie. That is how it is.
I think it's natural because he's by far the most popular, actor we ever had. So that's, that's the reason why it's like that, because I think people, even when they want to put him on the cover, they write a very nasty piece on him, and then they still put him on the cover because that makes it, readable.
Pop, pop. T-pop. Taking. Pop, pop. Beep-a-pop, pop. Pop-a-pop. Pop-a-pop, pop-a-pop. Pop, pop-a-pop, pop, pop, pop-a-pop. We've changed the song now. प्यार किया पापा ने इनकार किया लड़की लेके भाग चलो जाओ फटाफट शादी करो डोंट अच्छा ये सुर में रखना डोंट वरी बी हैप्पी डोंट वरी डोंट वरी यहाँ पर चेंज करना लास्ट में थर्ड वाले हाँ पहले डोंट वरी बी डाना वो क्लैश होगा बी हैप्पी
रिकॉर्ड कर लेते हैं एट अ स्ट्रेच इट इज एक्सीलेंट
Sometimes I think it's a little crazy. When I tell him not to do it, the more I tell him, the more he wants to do it. I don't know what he wants to prove, but I feel he gets carried away. He gets carried away on the set. Once he does a shot and people like it, we applaud, then he wants to do it himself. He feels, what if a duplicate is seen in the shot? Then all the credit in the sequence will be sort of null and void, The whole sequence can fall flat if the duplicate is caught on the screen. So he wants to do it himself. So that people say, look, this is our hero Amitabh. He can sing, he can dance, and he can talk, and he can fight too. He wants to live up to that image that he can do everything.
सर बहुत कंफ्यूजन है
I'm sorry.
मन में सच्ची बोल रहा मेरा सर्कुलेशन बंद हो गया
अरे एक मिनट जल्दी दे देना
वैसे तो बहुत कुछ बंद हो गया है लेकिन फिलहाल सर्कुलेशन बंद है एवरीथिंग इज क्लोज्ड ऑल डिपार्टमेंट्स आर शट अरे बाप रे
Believe me, it was a nightmare. If I found a nightmare again, I can imagine what it must have been for his family. The ordeal that they were undergoing was beyond any words or any description. All they could do was pray, and there was a round-the-clock vigil for him. Prayers were offered by millions of people all over the world, all over the country, of course. Boys and girls and old men, old women, they would come to the hospital. They were willing to donate any part of the body to save him. It was a sight, it was an event that has never happened before, and I hope it never happens again.
They had given special permission for the children to go to ICU. Normally they don't. But he was so bad. And when they came in, he had these glucose bottles, which are in plastic bags, polythene bags, and then blood and all kinds of things hanging all over. And they asked him, he could speak then. He was very happy to see them, very, very happy. And, they looked around and, he said, he realized that probably they were finding everything very odd. And he said, I brought kites for all of you. And I don't think after that, he was conscious enough to say anything very much.
There were just flashes of very blurred visuals, which I don't recollect very well. It seemed to me that it was always dark during that time. I don't know why, for some reason I felt that whenever I opened my eyes it was night, though I was told that most of the time it was day. When I couldn't walk, I used to sit up the whole night trying to make myself get up from my bed and walk 6 feet to the edge of my room and get back to my bed. It used to take me the entire night to do that. And gradually, your whole system starts coming back to you. I know that it'll never be the same as before, but you can function.
I need a guy of my size here. Please, stand.
Stand up.
Stand up.
जल्दी बोला.
My friend, very good.
People who meet him have created a lot of mystery around him, you know, which of course very indirectly comes from his personality, because no one can confidently say that he or she knows Amitabh. It is not possible.
Okay. क्यों?
को उतारो, फ्रीज हो गया मेरा. कहाँ जा रहा है?
अकड़ गया दादा.
अकड़ गया मैं.
तो बाप रे. अरे कुर्सी लाओ.
हाँ जकड़ गया रे.
कुर्सी लाओ.
अरे पाँव जकड़ गया रे. क्या करता है रे?
अरे लाओ रे.
ला रे कुर्सी ला. कहाँ जाता है? अभी ये पाँव जकड़ गया, क्या होगा? देखो ऑटोमेटिक.
Since all this is going on record, I think there's a bit of dishonesty somewhere. I would realize that I must come through well, because it's going to be seen by lots of people, it's going to be seen by lots of colleagues, and they must think good about it. The people who are watching must think good about it. It's almost as though the camera went on. I mean, the camera that's shooting the film. And therefore, my accent must be proper, and my looks must be good, and my hair must be in place. It's like in a moment when I am perhaps working out an entire scene in my mind, I would like to believe that there's just me, myself, and the scene. But instead I find there's a camera that's suddenly come in. So what if I'm an actor? So what if I'm well known? And so what if other people are interested in knowing what I do and what my life is? I think that what I do is to be seen on the screen. What is mine should remain with me. And I would like to preserve it in that manner.
Sometimes it's very warm and sometimes it's very cold. He's got his habit of blowing hot and blowing cold, even with me. Sometimes he just looks right through you, sometimes he sulks, his habit of sulking. So when he's sulking, we don't talk to him, we just ignore him.
Every artist has a right to his moods. It's not any kind of performance, it's just him. So let the man be as he likes to be, and what's most important is that when you want him for the shot, he does it right. And what difference does it make what mood he's in really on the set, as long as the shot that he has to perform comes out right.
Yes, sir.
It's not that you're not moved by him.
Yeah, I will.
It's a part of getting moved, but you don't show it. You don't participate.
Otherwise, it'll become too much.
That is it. That is true. Okay.
All right. So this is all right then.
Even when you're talking to her, it's unseeing her. It's not. It's more there. Your emotion is to that village, and not to telling her really. When you see that, it does something to you.
Yeah.
So that is very important.
Maybe at the end of the thing, I can look at her because I need that look again to see Tinu coming.
But it's, when you look at her also, you're not looking at her. You're inside.
Okay.
Okay. That's very important.
इस कमेटी से हमको बहुत नफरत है, प्यार भी है। इधर मैं बहुत खुश था, माँ बाबूजी बहन के साथ बहुत खुश था। रोज ये इधर शहर का रोशनी देखता था मैं इधर से, अभी इधर से गांव देखता है। मालूम क्यों? मालूम क्यों? एक दिन ये गांव वापस करने का है जिधर से माँ को बाहर निकाला।
नहीं तो वो correct है, the way it's coming is right, but
I don't play many characters. The Indian hero doesn't offer too many characterizations for their leading man. Agnipath's character is very similar to the character in Deewaar. We attempted to do the same format, but just look a little different or make the approach a little different. I really may be talking out of turn, but that's what we're trying to achieve. I would like him to look hard, because life's been hard to him. There are moments, when were you to play something totally opposite to what is the recognized expression or the more acceptable expression. It suddenly gives it a new twist, a new turn. Trying to do that in this one.
No.
किसी को बुरा कहने के लिए कोई चाहिए ना?
चाहिए ना, देखो वो बुरा है।
सोसाइटी को।
हाँ, अच्छा।
वो चाहिए।
देखो ये बुरा है।
लिखो किसी को you need somebody as a whipping horse.
अच्छा। चल take ready.
कैसे? हवा तेज चलता है दिन का लाओ, टोपी संभालो उड़ जाएगा। अभी उड़ गया ना क्या?
This man called Amitabh Bachchan revolutionized the concept of hero and heroism in the films. But by and large, the image of heroism changed to macho image. Tough, rough. He need not be a bodybuilder, but rough, tough, hard in his look. Would manhandle the heroine, and not whisper soft nothings in her ears.
6 फुट का बॉडी लुढ़काने के लिए 2 इंच का गोली कम पड़ गया मालूम। धंधे का बात करने गए तो सामने आने का सामने। मैं काला धंधा भी अंधेरे में नहीं करता, समझा?
I don't think Amit follows any method of acting, you know, or I don't think he follows any school. It's basically his own intuition or reaction to a character. I know that there have been so many times that he's imitated the children, the way they look or they react to a certain thing, you know. Sometimes I love to sit and watch him reacting to the children, and I mean, they get away with murder with him. It is very strange, like when you see his fans hanging on to every word that he says, or you know, every move he takes, like his producers would or whatever. But you know, he is like a little fan in front of his children, you know.
If they saw a film where someone was being abused or beaten up, they would tell Jaya to tell me to go and look after this guy, because they felt that I would sort out their problem for them. But now, as they've grown and become more sensible and a little more eloquent, they do come up with some rather nasty criticisms. They tell me now how my hair should look and what I should wear, and why I have to do a lot of stupid things that I do in my films, which is nice because it's good to know that they are as observant as the person on the street.
मैंने एक मरतबा अमिताभ बच्चन साहब से सवाल किया था कि आप पर बहैसियत एक्टर के क्या इन्फ्लुएंसेस हैं, तो उन्होंने बड़ा अच्छा और बड़ा दिलचस्प जवाब दिया। कहने सबसे बड़ा इन्फ्लुएंस तो मुझ पे मेरा अपना एस्थेटिक सेंस है, इसलिए कि मैं बहुत जगह से इन्फ्लुएंस हो सकता था। बहुत अदाकार थे मेरे ज़माने में, बहुत से लोग थे एक्टिंग करते थे, लेकिन आई चोज़ टू गेट इन्फ्लुएंस फ्रॉम सर्टन पीपल। तो वो मैंने क्यों चुना कि मैं इन्हीं से इन्फ्लुएंस हूँ? वो मेरा अपना एस्थेटिक सेंस था कि जिसने कहा कि ये सही है।
I remember coming to Bombay in the early 60s and sitting in a restaurant when in walked Mr. Dilip Kumar, my favorite and the favorite of many people. And I remember rushing out to a nearby store to buy an autograph book, charging back to the restaurant, standing next to him and asking him for an autograph. He was obviously busy in conversation with some important people and was unable to give me the autograph. And I was absolutely heartbroken. So I can understand what it must feel when children, young people, women, elders come forward and ask for my autograph. It's their love and their affection. And even though at times it becomes virtually impossible to sign each and every autograph, we are existing because of them. And if we can't satisfy just this little need, this little urge of theirs, it's not fair to them. Bum 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 bararam bum 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 bararam bum 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 bararam.
अरे बाहर है प्रॉब्लम, घर में है प्रॉब्लम, बाहर है प्रॉब्लम, घर में है प्रॉब्लम, आगे पीछे आजू बाजू प्रॉब्लम ही प्रॉब्लम. Don't worry, be happy. Don't worry, be happy. Don't worry, be happy.
तुमको नहीं मालूम? अभी हम बताते हैं. पिक्चर का नाम है तूफान. क्या नाम है? क्या नाम है? तूफान. तो पिक्चर देखने आएगा? आएगा तो ऑटोग्राफ देगा, नहीं तो हम नहीं देगा. पिक्चर देखने आएगा?
तू आएगा?
वीडियो
पे नहीं देखने का,
7 रुपए आगे,
थिएटर में देखेगा। अपना मम्मी को बोलना थिएटर में ले जाने को, बड़ा थिएटर में अच्छा दिखेगा, अच्छा बड़ा तूफान दिखेगा। वीडियो में छोटा तूफान दिखेगा। नाम?
टीवी वीडियो बहुत बुरा, सबके सर में दर्द हुआ।
बराबर बोलता है, बिल्कुल बराबर बोलता है। और टीवी वीडियो बहुत बुरा, टिकट कटा के सिनेमा जा, आएगा बड़ा मजा। टिकट कटा के
Mrs. Gandhi had been assassinated. There was a feeling of all like-minded people to come forward and stand up behind the Prime Minister and do whatever they could. I was never keen on politics, and I've said that before, because I don't know it. But circumstances were such at that time. I think most normal people would have opted to do what I did. I was asked to fight an election. I went into it blindly, and surprisingly I won.
Well, I think Mr. Bachchan resigned because the allegations against him when he joined politics started getting a little too hot around the time of 1987. There were allegations against him having made money. There were allegations against his brother having made money, having signed all sorts of deals. And I think for a self-respecting man like him, it came to a point where he decided that it was against his interest to stay in politics. And impulsively he resigned. Although I think personally that it was a wrong decision. He shouldn't have resigned, he should have stayed back and fought. A lot of people in Allahabad, his constituency, and around India believe that he did the wrong thing. But again, there are a lot of people who believe that he did the right thing. So when you ask him why he did it, he says, look, any decision I take is going to have its pros and is going to have its cons. So I think I should be given the freedom to do what I like, and I think in this case I did the right thing.
I regret having to leave my constituents halfway, and I shall always be grateful for what they did to me, grateful for the faith that they reposed in me, and for that I really have no words to thank them. I did want to work for them, and was endeavoring to do so in my very small capacity.
जब वो गए थे सियासत में तो मैं समझता हूँ वो पॉलिटिक्स के बारे में कोई बहुत ज़्यादा नहीं जानते होंगे, लेकिन वो बड़ी नेक नियति से गए थे, ये सच्ची बात है। और अपनी तरफ से उन्होंने जो कुछ करने की कोशिश की वो कुछ ऐसा बुरा नहीं था, अच्छा ही था। लेकिन ये खेल उन्हें पता नहीं था। हुआ ये कि फ़िल्म इंडस्ट्री में भी जब वो कामयाब हुए तो यहाँ बहुत से लोगों ने उनकी बड़ी बुराइयाँ की, उनके ख़िलाफ़ लिखा और उनके ख़िलाफ़ इंटरव्यू दिए, उन पे तरह तरह के इल्ज़ाम लगाए, लेकिन अमिताभ बच्चन ने उसका कभी जवाब नहीं दिया और बड़ी एक पुरवकार और डिग्निफाइड खामोशी के साथ अपना काम करते रहे और उनका काम लोगों के सामने आता रहा और लोग उनके कायल होते रहे और वो लोग जो उनकी बुराई करते थे वो झूठे और गलत साबित हुए। यही खामोशी उन्होंने सियासत में भी इख्तियार की, लोग उन पे इल्ज़ाम लगाते रहे, ये समझे मेरी खामोशी मेरे काम आएगी जैसे पहले आई थी। लेकिन फ़र्क ये था कि यहाँ तो फिल्में थीं जो लोग देख रहे थे, वहाँ तो और कुछ भी नहीं, सिर्फ सियासत ही है ना। लिहाजा उनकी खामोशी ने, जो कि सच्चे और झूठे जो भी उन पर इल्ज़ाम लगे जिसका उन्होंने जवाब नहीं दिया, वो खामोशी उनके वहाँ काम नहीं आई। हिंदुस्तान में सियासतदान तो बहुत पड़े हैं लेकिन अदाकार अमिताभ बच्चन जैसे नहीं, तो हमें उनकी ज़रूरत है, वो यहीं रहे इसलिए अच्छा है।
कौन? हाँ, आप होंगे हेलीकॉप्टर, आपके साथ टीनू होगा और मैं उस मॉडल पे खड़ा हूँ। आप हेलीकॉप्टर के साथ आए और ऐसे निकल जाए और वहीं पर फटे हो
और आप बोट पे
और मैं बोट पे
और फट भी जाए
और उसी में फटे उसी में वो इमीडिएटली आफ्टरवर्ड्स द एंड क्रेडिट टाइटल आया and we all go home.
A lot of people would like to. मैं थोड़ी सी खुद पढ़ूँ सर मुझे सबका फिक्र है मनोज का बड़ा फिक्र है
अभिषेक
हाँ ओ अभिषेक कहाँ जा रहे भैया तो मेरा बेटे का नाम है अभिषेक हाँ you going to the water you going to water fishing okay
I was given the chance, day after day, year after year, to put away my bad performances, my bad films, and try and improve on it. I'm not saying that I'm still making good films and giving good performances, but I still have a chance.
और जिस लड़की से प्यार किया पापा ने इनकार किया लड़की लेके भाग चलो जाओ फटाफट शादी करो लड़की लेके भाग चलो जाओ फटाफट शादी करो डोंट वरी बी हैप्पी डोंट वरी बी हैप्पी डोंट वरी बी हैप्पी
What are you driving so hard? You're working around the clock. What are you trying to prove? You don't have to prove anything. You have proved more than enough. But he has no answer to that. And he's driving himself on and on. I don't know why he's doing it. Actually, with this myasthenia gravis, he shouldn't be. He definitely shouldn't be doing it.
मैं उन्हें कभी कभी प्रॉफिट ऑफ डूम कहता हूँ इसलिए कि मैं जब से उन्हें जानता हूँ तो मुझे हमेशा बताते रहते हैं कि देखिए अब ये जो भी थोड़ी बहुत मेरी कामयाबी है ये अब साल 2 साल की है इससे ज़्यादा मैं चलने वाला नहीं हूँ और फिर चलते ही रहते हैं वो तो अभी कुछ दिन पहले फिर मुझसे कह रहे थे तो मैंने कहा आप मुझसे इस बारे में कई बार वादा कर चुके हैं आज तक वादा तो आपने पूरा किया नहीं मुझे आप पे कोई भरोसा नहीं रहा मुझे लगता है आप चलते ही रहेंगे और यही कहते रहेंगे
From the day I met him till today, he is what he has always been. You know, I cannot say he has changed for better or for worse. He's just the same.
I'm a very good fan of his, and every time I see his movie, I always try to find some defect in him, but I really can't. He's really very good.
आप क्यों आए इधर?
अमिताभ को देखने
देखने के बाद आपको कैसा लगा?
अच्छा लगा because you are superstar, very good acting.
No, I feel the boys like him better.
I think Amitabh is handsome. Before a couple of years, he's gone into politics. That's why his craze has come down. Otherwise, we all like him.
And I can find no defect in him. He acts fine than other actors. क्योंकि बच्चे की तो पसंद ही है अमिताभ बच्चन.
I see every shooting on him.
I like Amitabh Bachchan because he's my fan and even he looks very smart.
Number 1. हाँ, वो तो हीट है पूरा.
Yeah, he is.
I've lived from day to day. I came into the film industry not to succeed or plan a future or plan any move of mine. I came in because I loved acting and I wanted to be recognized as an actor. Everything else came afterwards. So when I want to think about my future, I don't want to think about it because I've never really thought about it ever. I would like to believe that today is the last day. And perhaps tomorrow I may not get another opportunity to perform. And I would be very happy to go along in this manner. Pick up the challenges as they come along. I think I would be able to handle it easier this way